Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here, coming at you with another deck profile. This time it's electromagnetic warriors. Really awesome, rock-based earth deck. Can OTK, can also kind of play the control game. All of the electromagnetic warriors have a really cool kind of float effect, where you tribute them and then special summon another magnet warrior from the deck. But yeah, we'll go over all that as I show you these. The first one is going to be Alpha. Alpha, if he's normal or special summoned, you can add one level 8 Magna warrior monster from your deck. So that's usually going to be Berserkion, but it can also be Valkyrion, although there's no reason to add this. It's always going to be Berserkion that you want to add. But yeah, and then like I said, he kind of has a float effect. So on your opponent's turn, if he's on the field, you can tribute him to then special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior from your deck, which is always going to be Delta, is always the one you want to do. And I'll get to his effect later. Yeah, I got nice high attack power. It's a level 3 rock, so that'll come up. And probably the best one is Beta. Beta, if this one's normal or special summon, you can add one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to your hand. And then again, he has the same kind of float effect where during your opponent's turn, tribute him and special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior. Gamma, also play all these at 3. It's fine seeing any of these in your opening hand, because this one, if you normal special summon it, you can special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior, level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your hand. So yeah, you're fine, seeing him and another one in hand, that's actually really good. But even, you really want to see one of these in your opening hand and another of another card I'll show you. So 3 of each of those. I hope soon they come out with another level 3. That would just help it out a lot, help the deck out a lot. Because the next best card other than these guys is going to be Delta. Like I said, unfortunately he's a level 4. So it doesn't always, it's not as useful as if he was a level 3 basically. But if he is normal or special summoned, you can send one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to your hand. So he's going to be setting up your grave for Berserkion, or just, some of your other plays you can do, like with your field spell, because that can special summon a Magnet Warrior from the grave. So yeah, he's a definite must at 3. He's a really, really good card. And then as I've been mentioning, Berserkion, I like him at 2. You definitely don't need him at 3, and 1 I feel is too little, especially since we do play Pot of Desires. So that's another reason, obviously, for playing 3 of every single one of these, because you don't want to banish too many of them. But he's basically your boss monster. If he was like an extra deck monster, kind of like how the ABC deck has Buster Dragon in the extra deck, this would be a lot better of a deck. Unfortunately, it's a main deck boss monster, and basically you're going to be special summoning him from your hand by banishing one of each of these, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, from your hand, graveyard, or face up on the field. And then you can banish one Magnet Warrior from your graveyard, target one card your opponent controls, and destroy it. And then if this card is destroyed, you're going to be special summoning back 1 each of Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, basically that you special summoned off of him. So kind of floats a little bit, but like I said, he's not as good as Buster Dragon, because I don't know why they just didn't give him effect where on the field during your opponent's turn you can tribute him and special summon 1 each of these. That would just make more sense, I think, than having a destruction effect. But he's still very good, 3,000 attack, and he's level 8 also. And then we play 1 Valkyrion. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Delta's effect. So basically these, when you tribute them, on your opponent's turn, you're going to be special summoning a Delta. Because then if Delta is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 3 level 4 or lower Magnet Warriors from your graveyard and special summon Valkyrion from the deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So that's why we play one of him, because of Delta. So you hate drawing it, but it's a good card. It's 3,500 attack, and again, it's a level 8 as well, so that will come up. And so that's kind of your main like Magnet Warrior engine, and then some of the other support cards. Sentry Soldier of Stone. If this is in the grave and all monsters you control are rock, which most of them will be, you can just special summon this card, and it's got 2,000 defense, but mostly you're going to be using it to go into, Link or Xyz plays into your really good Gorgonic Guardian. I play one Mathematician. Your graveyard is kind of important to, get some of these guys in there, so he kind of just gets whatever you need into the grave. And say you have a setup grave with one each of your electromagnetic warriors, you can just send Delta and then get his effect, to special summon out of Valkyrion. So, or you can send a Sentry Soldier of Stone. I also play one Block Dragon. He's a level 8. You can special summon him by banishing 3 earth monsters from your hand and or graveyard. And then rock type monsters you control cannot be destroyed except by battle. So he's really, really good protection. He's 2,500 attack, 3,000 defense, so nothing to shy at. And then we got Gaia Plate. I like it. It's another level 8. To go into some of our Xyz plays, I'll show you that card in the extra deck. But you special summon him by banishing 2 rock monsters from your grave. And he's got 2,800 attack. So these are kind of, obviously your boss monsters are kind of your ways of getting some really good damage on board. And then the last 3 monsters we play, just 3 hand traps. I chose Ash Blossom. But again, as usual, you can play whatever hand traps you want, just something so that when you go second, you're not getting demolished. Because this isn't obviously a meta deck. So you don't want to be losing to a huge board. And the best spell card that we play, the one you want to see in every opening hand with one of your electromagnetic warriors, is Ties of the Brethren. Because since they do kind of float, attribute themselves and whatnot, basically just opening up this and any of them, even Gamma, you just normal Ties of the Brethren, get out the other 2, get their effects off, so you'll have a Berserkion in hand, and then say another Gamma, doesn't really matter. So you'll have all that just off of 2 cards. You'll have other cards in your hand as well, but you're having these 2, and then you can just use their effects to tribute, and then you're going to be on your opponent's turn special summoning a Delta, tribute him, special a Delta. You can just keep doing that, and then you'll have hopefully have all 3 of those in the grave. Say that one got destroyed by battle or whatever, and then on your turn you're just going to be special summoning him by banishing these, and you have a lot of plays you can do just off of drawing Ties of the Brethren with one Magnet Warrior basically. So amazing card, definitely a must-have for this deck. And the field spell, this is why you kind of want to do play cards like Mathematician and especially Foolish Burial, because if you control a level 4 or lower Earth Rock type monster, you can target one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior in your graveyard and special summon it. So it's just a free special summon. And then its other effect is once per turn during the damage step, when an Earth Rock type monster you control battled an opponent's monster but did not destroy it, you can return that opponent's monster to the hand. That doesn't come up too much because you are going to be obviously destroying most of the monsters you battle. but it comes up every now and then. And as I mentioned, we do play Pod Desires. I feel it's a necessity, especially in decks like these. You see these in a lot of my deck profiles, mostly because you kind of need that draw power, and it's just a good, really, really generic draw power, especially if you're playing three of, like your most important cards, like Ties of the Brethren and your Electromagnetic Warriors. It's just, I think it's a necessity. Terraforming, search out the field spell, Foolish Burial, dump, Sentry Soldier of Stone, any of your Magnet Warriors, Delta, all those. Monster Reborn, because we're going to have a lot of cards in the grave, hopefully, and you can just special summon them. Last spell is Scapegoat. They're all Earth type, and Scapegoat, you're not always going to have a crazy board, so having Scapegoat as just kind of like a backup plan, in case you just have nothing on the board, which, can happen every now and then, Scapegoat's pretty nice to have. And now for the traps, we just play the best ones currently right now. Going to be 3 Solemn Judgment, 3 Solemn Strike, and 1 Warning. Setting up a board, say you have Ties of the Brethren in your opening hand, a Judgment and a Warning, and then 1 Magnet Warrior. You'll have another card too. That's basically, you're going to have 3 cards that float. Basically, they're going to get their effects off because you're going to have these as protection for them, or to, just to stop your opponent's plays. So yeah, I feel for most meta decks, this is probably the best thing you can play with them. Like I said, these and Pod Desires, you're going to see in a lot of my Rogue and just non-meta decks. Because playing these is going to help you out a lot, you'll find. Obviously going first, but even going second, unless they have just a lot of, twin twisters and stuff like that just shuts off your back row or destroys your back row. These are just going to help you out no matter what. So yeah, that's the main deck. Not much I would change with it. I think it's pretty solid the way it is. Potentially another block dragon. I've been messing around with that, but I think one's fine for now. Best card in your extra deck is going to be Gorgonic Guardian. You just make this with 2 level 3 rock type monsters, but once per turn during either player's turn, so your turn or your opponent's turn, you're going to be targeting 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0, and its effects are negated. And then during your turn, because that just lasts until the end of the turn. So then on your turn, if you use that effect again on say a problem monster they have, then you can target 1 monster on the field with 0 attack and destroy it. So you can use that during your turn. Really, really good card. If you're playing, level 3 rock types, like Triamids and stuff like that, definitely play this card. Levier just requires 2 level 3s, and you're just going to special summon a level 4 or lower banished monster. So you're going to have, obviously through some of the effects that I've gone over, you're going to have some monsters in the banished zone, some of your electromagnetic warriors that you can then just special summon for free, basically off of Levier. Stone King Darius, it's another... Oh, never mind. Do not play that one. Because that requires 2 level 3 fiend type. I don't know how that ended up in here. Just any other level 3 kind of, let's see, like Grand Pulse, kind of destroys a spell or trap. That might be a good choice there. Phantom Knife's Break Sword, just kind of a generic rank 3 where you just pop whatever problem card is on the field. The level 4s I play are Baguska and Tornado Dragon. I feel they're just the most generic and just the most well-rounded ranked 4s. The reason for Baguska is mostly because if you're having to go into a ranked 4 or wanting to, I just feel like there's not much else you want to do other than, make a defense position Baguska and pass your opponent and see what they can do. The rank 8, because we do play quite a few level 8s, and just level 8s that just special summon themselves for free basically. One of the best rank 8s in my opinion is just Hope Harbinger. Just going to be negating a spell and attaching it to it, and it's a really good card. 3,000 attack again. So, and then the links now, we'll play Link Spider. That's basically just because of Scapegoat. You're going to be, special summoning one of the or special summoning this off of one of the tokens. Mrs. Radiant. It's Earth type, so again Scapegoat, and then really any of your monsters in your deck, or most of them are Earth. Lynn for Hinkus. This just requires 2 monsters, so you can use your tokens as well to make him, to just get kind of 2 downward pointing arrows. Decode Talker, just kind of get some damage on board. He does come up if you have, him, and then heck, maybe even like kind of late game you'll have a Gaia Plate and say a Berserkion. That's a lot of damage right there. Having these guys there. So I think T-Code's a nice card to have, and then just kind of generic, kind of back row, just destruction. Phoenix Blade or Nightmare Phoenix. Nightmare Cerberus to destroy monsters, and then Unicorn to just get rid of problem cards that are on the field. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. It's a really fun deck. I still prefer ABCs to this one. Like I said, I wish they would have made Berserkion into like more of an extra deck monster so that you can get him out just a lot easier. But like I said, there's no better feeling than, say having like an alpha and a Ties of the Brethren and have that go through, because you get your search off of him, so your next turn is looking pretty good. So it's a fun deck, not meta by any means, but still can take some games. So if you guys like what you're seeing, just go ahead and subscribe. I'll keep posting some videos. I still have a few more request videos that I need to get posted. But yeah, subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and we'll catch you on the next one.